and Donnie and Cody with us and shit here because these motherfuckers are gonna be bringing a lot of the newer LSP sound and shit fucking next year. Well, next year and beyond that, obviously, and shit. But they're gonna be bringing a lot of the sound. I want this label to continue way beyond fucking insane poetry and myself and shit. Like, you know, there's gonna come a time when this shit is gonna kill me, and it'll be time for somebody else to fucking, you know, do the tours and fucking rock the mic. And I don't want this label to go away. I mean, 21 years of fucking Lyrical Snuff Productions and shit. I don't want it to end with the veterans and shit retiring. I want fucking the movement to keep going. I want to sit in the fucking office and Seth Yeager with a pinky out and shit out of a fucking shit, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking.
It ain't gonna be that easy because me and Cody gonna be giving you fucking heart attacks. You know this.
That's what the voicemail is for and shit, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker be texting me and be like, yo, there's an emergency on tour. And they'll leave me. Oh my God. As some of you might know and shit, I am foreign, so you know what I'm saying? English is my second language.
Yep.
Sometimes I confuse ignore for talk. You know what I'm saying? I use that ignore button quite often.
I know.
Not intentionally, I love you guys. Just sometimes you have to and shit because you're busy drinking. Watching Netflix, you know, something important. You know what I'm saying? I like to binge watch fucking reruns of my favorite shows sometimes. The shit, you know, so tour emergency might just have to wait.
Oh, so it depends on what episode of Martin you watching, basically.
Pretty much. You know what it is. Alright, so, but yes, you know what I'm saying? Ask us some dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, ask him what his favorite cereal is and shit. Ask him, you know what I'm saying, what fucking, you know what I'm saying? Tour stories?
Tour stories.
I don't remember half the fucking tours are scary and shit, like, because a lot of the times, like, you start, and then it kind of all just blends together, and then you fucking check your phone, and you realize it's been 3 weeks, and you only remember, like, 3 or 4 days out of those 3 weeks. So, yes, tour stories and shit is... Sometimes you remember the story, you don't remember what tour or what city, you just remember the story. You're like, once upon a time, on the road, far, far away, in a cold van, this is what happened.
I can tell you a story. We were headed towards Maine. Very fucking cold. We didn't even realize on an Access Family tour. We're headed towards Maine. I've never been to Maine ever. And when I realized it was colder than a witch's tit, it was just really fucking cold. I think it was below 30. And we were in a barn that the smoke was staying in the barn. It wouldn't go out because it was trying to burn wood to stay warm, but the smoke was staying inside. And we're like, dude, nobody's gonna show up to this shit. Nobody. It was probably one of the funnest nights I had on the road because we went to the hotel, came back. Scott was there trying to make sure everything was all good. Got the fucking smoke out of there. It was crazy. It's like 250 kids in this motherfucker with shirts off, and it's negative 30 in the motherfucker. And they were
You're talking about the show where the lady who owned the bar pulled the shotgun on the people.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I remember that shit.
What?
There was no indoor bathroom. Now, you know what I'm saying? To me, I'm a big Stephen King junkie, so going to Maine was like, oh shit, you know, we're in the land. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Castle Rock, fucking, I'm like, this is fucking awesome and shit. This is, you know, what this motherfucker writes about. And it made me truly understand. Stephen King refers to out-of-staters like us that visit as summer people. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh, I understood. I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. You know, locals are running around in t-shirts and shorts and shit. They're like, minus 30, that ain't shit. We're over here fucking huddled around fucking, you know what I'm saying, trying to burn the merch table just to stay fucking alive. It was pretty fucking rough and shit, but it was a fun show, he's right. So some of the shows that you pull up and you're just like, this is not gonna fucking happen. Turn out to be some of the fucking best shows ever. Oklahoma? Okay, alright, see.
So, alright, when I toured with Liquid Assassin back in, I believe it was 2015, and Liquid was telling me the whole time, like, Oklahoma was gonna be popping, but I've never been to Oklahoma. My ignorant ass, I'm from Connecticut, I hear Oklahoma, just think like the musical. So, like, so we get up there, we pull up to the place, I shit you not, the venue is just like, in a, you know where they got like those things that are set up like storage units and shit like that, where they kind of look like big garages. It was something like that. We get there, I'm just like, yo, this is not going to fucking go good. Like, there's no way. We get inside. It does look like a professional venue, but I'm still like, no one knows this exists. There's no fucking way. We're sitting waiting, I want to say, right around doors. Next, I went out, we just went to the gas station just to go grab some beers and shit. We come back, there was a fucking line wrapped around the place, and it was actually one of the best nights of the tour. There's something about areas that are just less common, like in terms of that have things coming to them, where as long as word gets around, even if people don't know what the fuck is happening, they're still gonna come out just because it's like one of the only things coming in like that whole year.
Well, listen, let's be real. Y'all out here, I know, like, most of you guys, my man Son, Cass back there, Keegan, everybody here, Tyler, it's a lot of people we know personally, man, and y'all from all kind of different walks of the states, man. Make some noise for yourselves. Real shit. We all here together, man. Real shit.
You can't do it. He was right. Shit. Okay. How many of you motherfuckers? We'll just do a raise of hands and shit. Live within an hour of this motherfucking place. 1, 2, 3. That is 3 hands out of a fucking full room. 4 hands out of a full room. So the moral of the story, the underground is fucking dope and shit. That's what the beauty of this fucking scene. We do travel and shit. You know, the one thing that fucking irritates the fuck out of me and shit, like about the way the scene became, when we're growing up and shit, if there was a cool show happening fucking 6 hours, you was going. You know what I'm saying? You was getting in the car, you was calling in sick to work, telling them fucking, you know, we didn't have COVID, but, you know, telling them some bullshit story of why you can't be there, and you went. Even if it was fucking, you know, 12 hours away, most of the time you were like, we gotta call in 2 days. And you still went. Now fucking, you know what I'm saying, you post a tour fucking schedule. We tour all the time. We try to go see our people, and you'll get a comment like, well, you know, that's about 45 minutes away from where I live. So next time, if you come to my city on the weekend, I will definitely be there. And they're like,
If anybody knows about tour, you can't just pull up on anybody's shit, you know, on a certain day, because the tours are scheduled months ahead in advance. So, you know, that Saturday might not be there for your city. It might be Tuesday. Put Little Kenny, ask Little Kenny, you know what's coming up. Tell Auntie to come watch Little Kenny and baby, and you know, put them to the side and bring your ass and represent, bro. Because when we wouldn't happen for the last 2 years, 18 months, how much did y'all miss going to shows? Real ass shit. Man. You know what I'm saying? And for us, this is our livelihood, so it really sucked for us. So we had to come up with all these beautiful ways to try to, you know, to stay in touch with you guys, man. And it's cool for us to be the age me and my man's right here, Young Trap and Donnie. We still out here gonna keep rocking for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep representing. I know my guys right here, they ain't gonna stop doing it. Everybody that's really involved with what's going on, you can tell the energy is good for the underground right now. So I'm glad to see y'all back out.
No, for real. Actually, fucking, in a way, I'm thankful fucking to 2020 and shit, because it made me realize how much I fucking love this shit. For a while, we're getting burned out. I mean, we're doing 100 shows a year and shit, year after year after year, 2, 3 tours and shit, fucking constant spot dates. Motherfucker was getting tired. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? How much longer am I gonna keep doing this? And then after a forced year off and shit, like fucking going from 100 shows, that we did 8 shows last, 2020 was fucking the least amount of shows I've done since 02. And fucking, it made me realize, I'm like, no, fuck no, I can't quit. I love this shit. This is the only thing that I know how to do and shit. Fucking, so I feel that having 2020 fucked off of myself probably gave me an extra 10 years of fucking touring coming forward. So that shit was cool. But it's gonna Trap's fucking turn to tell a story.
All right, so real quick, I'll get to this story, but going on the subject of 2020, that was a really bad year for a lot of people, but also, so I don't want to sit here and kind of almost like rub it in, but 2020 was like really the best year of my life up to this point. And like literally, like I was booking their the Revolving Nightmares tour in Cleveland, and that's how we got cahoots and shit, talking. And I was reading the contract for the show, and it says like if there's some unforeseen circumstance beyond our control, whether it be a natural disaster, act of God, or instead of virus. And I literally laughed like of virus. Yeah, right. Literally 2 weeks later, this corona shit happened. Tour got canceled. You know, but since we were already talking back and forth through the emails on the show, I was like, yo, I got this fucking album, and I'm gonna release it regardless, but it'll be really fucking cool to release it on an actual platform. I actually already had them featured on it. I had that gaming on the song too, because I was just like, as like a, you know, an underground rapper, I was reaching out to who I know was grinding in the scene and shit, so I was like, you know, obviously I can't afford such and such, but I know these people are like, you know, like Razakel, all the motherfuckers that been just killing the game for a long time, so like, I had this album, I'm just like, bro, you know, let me know what you think, and it was a shot in the dark, and like, I don't know, it's just, we came out of quarantine with a fucking situation with LSP, and literally the next summer I went on my first tour with LSP, as LSP artist, and it was just like, for us, it's been going crazy. So like, when I hear people talk about 2020 was a really bad year, like, I can't fucking stand a lot of this shit that I have to do nowadays, like how shit's changed. Like, I hate being controlled, like, I'm one of those motherfuckers that hate that, but like, I don't know, at the end of the day I look at it like, I know some people didn't make it out of that year and shit, and I came out with a situation that really changed my life, so I'm not trying to be like dramatic and shit, but like, I mean, I got kids and shit at home, like, you know, like, I'm a felon and shit, so I can't just go get a fucking job, so I'm like behind my motherfucking asshole, so for them to fucking, you know, put me on this shit is just amazing, so I appreciate y'all motherfuckers first. And then, but no, this is a tour story, but I want to talk about my release party.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, so it was like the end of the COVID thing where there was like China shows, like you had to hang fucking plastic between booths, and basically we have a venue that's a bar, so we ran it by restaurant rules with a loophole. So we had like seating that had like all these fucking shower curtains just hanging from the fucking, it was fucking retarded. And yeah, it was so weird. It was like, it was only half capacity. This bar is a 200 cap bar, so we can only put 100 people in there. So I sold like 130 tickets for it and shit. And like, that's not counting staff or artists. Like, I kind of was like, fuck it. And like, pics come up, you know, to the airport, we get there, and like, we didn't have time to get to the room. It was just a clusterfuck, but it ended up being like a really awesome time. Like, fans and the hooligans was there, son was there and shit. It was a great fucking time, but it was like, we're sitting there at one point at the merch table, and like fucking like 6 cops walk in, and then like some like CDC agent, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, it's over with. Took the owner of the back, they were trying to, basically they came and they left and let us rock this shit out. The newspaper made it seem like we got fined, and they're like, Shadow's bar got flagged and tried to like throw us under the bus, but really she beat the ticket, like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was almost like in that situation when you're talking about how we missed shows so bad, and that fucking moment though was like, if you even watch the video clips, like, everyone was so fucking excited to be out at a rap show, and for how much it was supposed to be a disaster, that shit was a fucking miracle. It was fucking lit. And one thing too, I'll never question Scum about numbers. I watched this man count thousands of dollars, swing back and forth with one eye, and was not a penny off. Yeah. So much love,
Well, this dude is a CPA and it's an alternate life, trust.
That shit was funny because fucking, I did definitely have a hard time getting out the car and shit. And then I sat down to do the numbers, and this motherfucker's looking at me like, we can just do that later and shit, you know, we've been drinking. And I'm like, just because I can't walk don't mean I can't count. Everything was on point and shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is funny because fucking I failed every math class fucking I took in school and shit. I hated math, I hated algebra, I hated geometry, and then fucking running a label, you end up doing more accounting than fucking rapping. It kind of sucks. But now, you know, something fucking I had to do and shit because it's something I had to do for something that I love. I don't have an issue doing it and shit. Like when they were like, yo, do this, I'm like, fuck this class, I'm just gonna go get high. You know, but now I'm like, well, no, you know what I'm saying? This is for LSP. You know what I'm saying? Right on for LSP, that's cool. Alright, so we told some stories and shit. You guys have any questions for us and shit?
I got a mic, you got one to use a mic.
Yes. I think it's the only working mics.
John? Okay, there we go. Insane Poetry. Next year is the 30th anniversary of your debut record, Reality. And you're doing a special for it, tours and pre-release.
For the 30th anniversary, that's, I think, when is that coming up? Like a year from now, right? It came out in 92. So, yeah, that's next year. That's actually next year. Well, you know, we're gonna sit down as a label and talk about how to push that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's probably gonna happen. I would push more towards yes than no. Now that we're open, we can move around now. I find that to be an intriguing tour, actually.
Yo, hey, that's a fucking crazy fucking number and shit.
30 years.
30 fucking years since his debut album came out. Give it up for Insane Poetry for that shit, man. That's longevity with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's still rapping, still touring and shit, fucking 30 years later, that means, you know what I'm saying, obviously, it's something he's fucking passionate about.
Let's put this in perspective. Yo. 30 years ago, this man was 2. We were just talking about this right now. He was 2. Young Trap was young Trap. Oh, my baby Trap. That's, hey, you know what? As a testament to anybody in here doing music. No cap. The real shit I can ever say to you guys. Anybody in here doing music. I've been doing this shit. My first album came out 30 years ago next year. 30 years, imagine that. So I'm still doing, I'm in front of y'all, still giving y'all the business, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. So if you guys are in a game, don't give up. And trust me, I'm from the West Coast where they don't give a fuck about what I do at all. And I'm from there, I'm all represented all day, bro. The thing is, I had to go through, I couldn't swim in everybody else's same water. You feel what I'm saying? I never rap like nobody else on the coast. Doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been with big shows with 20,000 people in attendance. I've did all that. But does that matter right now? No, I'm 50 fucking 4. I'm with y'all at the fucking Camp Xul, and we still kicking ass. What the fuck?
Yo, my brother, Lich the Lego man, and shit just made an appearance. So say hi to these motherfuckers. These beautiful motherfuckers.
What's cracking, y'all? Camp Xul! Make some noise! Yeah! Okay, one question. I'll answer one question. Then I gotta go back to work. Anybody, somebody? What's the one question you got? What's the one LSP question you got? Their favorite shows? Oh, damn. There's so many. And when you do so many drugs, they kind of like burn out and shit. Right. Okay, whichever